We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this evening on the Huddle, I have a question for you. Have you been struggling as a content creator to be able to have a live stream with viewers watching you live? Well, this evening on the Huddle, we're going to talk about 10 tips on how you can boost your live stream engagement with your audience and more. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong. If you're new here and you want to learn about tips and tools on making live streaming easy for you as a beginner, we welcome you to the show. And as I said in my opening, we're going to talk about 10 tips on helping you to boost your live stream engagement with your audience that's watching you live. And so if you're watching me this evening, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag team live in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag team replay in the comment section. And so without further ado, we're going to get into this content on 10 tips on helping you to boost your live stream engagement as a content creator having a live stream show. So I'm excited tonight and I really want to get into this. You know, I've been live streaming now for a little over a good 3.5 years plus, and I've learned a thing or two about being able to do a live stream and being able to have an audience that's watching you live, but most importantly, that is watching your replays. And how do you go about boosting and increasing live stream engagement when you're live with an audience? Well, before we get into the content, I believe, first of all, there are some lessons that as content creators, when we're doing live streams, that we have to learn when we don't have an audience watching us live. There are some lessons, and I'm not going to go into detail on what these lessons are all about, but I will tell you one of the lessons I think is most important is to be able to live stream as if you have a live audience, though there's no one watching you at that moment live. Being able to have the camera presence and to be comfortable on camera as if you have a live audience watching you. I think that's a lesson and a skill set that all of us have to learn. It's almost like learning how to speak in an auditorium where there's no one there, as if the auditorium is filled with an audience so that you can be comfortable doing public speaking. It's a skill set that you have to learn. And this is a session all by itself that we're definitely going to visit and go more in detail with. But I believe the foundation to being able to talk to a live audience that's watching you live and engaging with them or watching you on the replay starts, I believe, with when there is no one watching you. When you've put in all the work to promote your live stream, you scheduled your live stream 3 to 4 or 5 days out. Even I've seen individuals schedule, 2 to 3 weeks in advance, and you've put in, different social media posts and share different content to the audience that you want them to watch. And then when you go live to find that there's no one watching you live, that's a skill set you have to learn. But once you've kind of gone through that enough times, you've had those moments in the dark, in obscurity, when no one knows you're there. I believe that's the breeding ground. That's the foundation that's building you in secret so that you can stand out in the light in public. So just wanted to throw that out. And so how do you boost your live stream engagement when you have an engaging audience watching you? Well, tip number one you start with a bang. You start with a bang. And what I mean by starting with a bang, you have a compelling opening hook that lets your viewers know about what they can expect from your live stream and what benefits they're going to get from your live stream with the promise that if they watch to the end, you're going to deliver it on the result. So it's about starting with a bang. Begin your live stream with an excitement with an exciting announcement or an engaging story to grab your viewers' attention right from the start. And if these viewers are watching you on the replay, all the more why you want to get right into the content and start with a bang that has an exciting announcement or an engaging story that's going to grab them from attention. This is important. This is the starting point where your live stream starts to take off. And when you start with a bang, you have that compelling hook that's going to grab their attention, rather, as I said, through an exciting announcement that you're sharing, or with a compelling and engaging story. You're going to be able to increase engagement on your live stream. So start with a bang. And so the question that I want to have with you, ask you tonight, is when you do your live streams, how do you open your live streams? Are you opening your live streams with a very long, drawn out video intro of music, just letting them know they're going to start, your show is going to start in the next 5 to 10 minutes? Chances is, though you may have some loyal viewers and followers watching your live stream, someone's new to your channel is not going to want to sit through a 5 to 10 minute intro. I dare say not even through a 2 to 3 minute intro. Should you have an introduction to your live stream before you start? Because some believe that it does take YouTube time for the notifications to come out, for people to get the notifications to say, hey, Walter is live. Tech Troublemaker, who's in the chat tonight, good evening, is live. It does take time for notifications to go out. And so should you have a long intro? I preferably say no. I believe you need to just start with a bang, get into the intro, because I'm thinking about the replay viewer. And as the notifications come out, individuals like my good man John Lacey from live streaming with John Lacey will pop up in the chat. He's watching me over from Australia. I got my man Tech who's watching me as well. And those of you who are listening online in the live chat, hey, make yourself known in the chat. Let me know where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live. But you start with a bang, because you have to think in terms of the replay viewer. Tip number 2, not only do you start with a bang, but maybe you start with an interactive Q&A session. Depending on when you have your Q&A sessions during your live stream shows, if they are throughout your live stream shows or towards the end of the live stream show, sometimes boosting engagement for your live stream show can happen through interactive Q&A session. Allocating a special time during your stream for a Q&A session that's encouraging viewers to ask questions and to share their thoughts and their opinions. And you can do this by asking, Q&A questions that are interactive by sharing comments, pulling up comments on your live stream that is in relationship to the topic. Now, yes, as people come in, they're going to have, different things that they're going to share within the community, and that's fine. But when you have individuals that are sharing and adding relevance to the conversation, you want to highlight them, such as we did here with John. He says, I saw someone 10 minutes ago, I saw someone with 10 minutes of music before their live went live. That's asking a lot. And, I don't know the size of the audience in terms of the amount of viewers that they have. to each individual in terms of how they want to structure it. If that works for them, and when I say works for them, not only for live but for replay, hey, look, I certainly understand. But at the same time, when you are a growing YouTube content creator doing live, you have to kind of think about the replay. The individuals who care about hashtag team live, like my man John Lacey, my man Tech says, you can definitely trim your intros. The fact, but it does delay the watchability. Definitely. So you can definitely trim, because you're keeping in mind that a large portion of your end viewers are going to come from the replay. But again, going back to our point here on interactive Q&A sessions, highlighting comments, highlighting questions, with StreamYard, of course, you can pin comments and pin questions that you can get throughout the live stream. So the question that I have is, how interactive are you making your live stream shows? Tech, John, I watch you both on Tuesdays, on Fridays. If I don't catch Tech live, I catch your replays. John, if I don't catch you live, I catch your replays. How often are you making your interactive Q&A sessions Let me say that again. How often are you making your Q&A sessions interactive with your viewers? How do you do that? Well, here's a few thoughts. Sometimes being able to do a post on your social media platforms that a large percentage of your viewers who watch your content are on, say, Facebook or LinkedIn, like John. John does a lot of, posting on LinkedIn, and he shares information on LinkedIn that you can be able to gather through that social media post and get thoughts and opinions that you can pull feedback for questions. Another way of doing it is through polls and surveys, which we'll get into after this tip, but polls and surveys is another great way. And then finally, being able to interact with them through the live chat of your live streams, through the replay of the comment sections, and we can't forget the YouTube community tab. These are just 3 great ways that you can begin to put questions together that will create a great interactive Q&A session. And so that's tip number 2, which brings me now to tip number 3. We talked about it, using polls and surveys. Using polls and surveys is another great way to have engagement that's boost through your live streams. Utilizing built-in features for polls and surveys to gather viewers' opinions and preferences. Here's the key now. Here's the key. Because if a person is going to send you or me a survey or a poll, here's the end goal that the individual who's sending the poll or the survey should be doing: making the viewer, making the person who's a part of the live stream, whether live or replay, part of the decision-making process. Did you get that? Did you get that? If you're watching me on Team Live tonight, give me a hashtag Team Live. Give me a hashtag Team Live. And of course, if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag Team Replay. It's about making the viewer a part of the decision-making process. And if you're making the viewer, if I'm making the viewer a part of the decision-making process, that's going to help boost engagement. That's going to increase engagement of individuals engaging in your live stream or in the comment section during the replay. Let's move on. Another tip, which is tip 4, giveaways and contests is another great way of increasing and boosting engagement for your live stream. Organizing giveaways and contests with a simple participation criteria, such as commenting or sharing the stream to boost engagement and reward your audience. This is a great way. Now, of course, YouTube has a YouTube giveaway that you can use and have individuals to do a certain particular hashtag that you as the host can choose. And then as individuals put that hashtag in, you can select. But this is just another great way to boost and increase engagement in your live streams. And then tip number 5, acknowledging viewers. Acknowledging viewers who are watching you live, acknowledging viewers even that leave comments on Team Replay. Regularly shouting out names, or if not shouting out, highlighting comments and respond to comments from your audience to make them, again, why here's the key, making them feel seen and appreciated. You know, I think what's can be very frustrating for a young viewer who's trying to watch a great live stream show or viewer to watch is when you leave a comment that you would like, or a question you would like the host to acknowledge and maybe expound upon, and that individual, for whatever reason, doesn't acknowledge that. Now, I realize if you're sitting with over 150 people in your live stream live, that can be challenging. And so if you're monetized, this is the reason why sometimes individuals will use super chats. And as you know, people who have super chats, as you're contributing to through donations or just contributing to the channel financially, yes, that kind of gives you priority in terms of your question or your comment being picked up. But however, if you as host have the ability to be able to be hands-on and getting to as many questions as you can, as many comments as you can, and you have the ability to do so, and you choose to not do it, that can end up, unfortunately, cause a viewer to want to no longer watch your stream for whatever reason. You know, I've had experiences where I've watched a certain YouTuber and wanted to ask a question that I felt was relevant to the conversation. And that's a great point, which I'll tip in the talk on a moment about questions and comments that are relevant to your content. But I've asked a question or a comment, and the person clearly knew that my question or comment was there, and they didn't acknowledge it for whatever their reasons were. And sometimes it caused me to say, hey, look, okay, if that's how you feel and that's how you roll, then hey, look, I guess my time on this stream is over. You know, or in some cases, if I was subscribed to the channel, I'll be honest, sometimes it would kind of rub me the wrong way and say, you know, me being a subscriber to your channel is not all that of importance to you because you're not even acknowledging me, and you can end up losing a subscriber. But however, let's give some balance to this. Let's give some balance. It's important that when individuals leave a comment or make a question, that has to be relevant to your topic that you're sharing. Now, unless you're doing a live stream Q&A where you're saying, hey, ask me anything, everything and anything is fair game, then hey, then it's relevant to the conversation. But if there is a particular topic that you are covering, like last night, John covered the importance of being able to find good podcasting guests for being on a podcast, or how to be a good guest on a podcast. Well, that's the topic. So then the questions in the comments have to be relevant to that. So if individuals are asking that, then are not asking that, then it's not relevant to the conversation. So there's some importance to that. There's some importance. John says the StreamYard giveaway tool is too fun. That's true. I've seen it in action. Never really had or used it here, but it's definitely a great tool to use. But you know, if it's used right, it's going to increase and boost engagement. and you're rewarding your viewers, and you're acknowledging viewers who've watched your stream, and it's a way of getting individuals to stay to the end that you can acknowledge. So definitely agree with you. Hey, do me a favor, if you're just joining me, we just went over the first 5 tips on how to boost live stream engagement for your live stream, watching live or replay. And so if you gotten great value out of these first 5, if you just caught the last 3, do me a favor, click the like button for me, share this on your favorite social media platform, and join the conversation tonight as we talk about on how to help you and me boost live stream engagement. Okay. And so let's move on with these next 5 tips. Collaborations with guests. Collaborations with guests is another great way of boosting live stream engagement with not only your audience, but then when you're collaborating and inviting someone to be a guest on your live stream, let's take it from this angle first, then it's going to introduce both your guest and yourself to new audiences. As the host, the guest that you're bringing on, depending on how much promotion has been done on the guest side and how much promotion has been done on your side, it has the potential to introduce you to a new audience that you feel that is in line with the goals and the pillars of your channel. So it has the potential. Vice versa, if you are being asked to be a guest on someone's show, you have the opportunity to be exposed to the host guest and the host being exposed to your viewers of your guests. And certainly I've had individuals in the chat like John Lacey, Tech Troublemaker, and others to be a guest. So it's a great way to invite guests or inviting individuals to be a co-host on your live stream to introduce fresh perspectives and dynamics that can captivate your audience. Fresh perspective. I like that. Fresh perspective. You feel like your YouTube channel is stagnant right now? You feel stuck right now? You feel like you're stuck in gear and you don't see the growth of the channel? Let me know if that's you in the chat tonight. Hashtag feeling stuck. Let me, if I'm talking to someone here in the chat tonight, or if you're watching the replay, you know what to do. Give me a hashtag feeling stuck in the comment section. If that's you tonight, I want to submit to you, maybe you want to consider this as an option of getting a fresh perspective towards your channel and bringing on guests, not just any type of guest. Let me clarify that. Again, the guests need to be in line. The guests, let's just speak for me here on the Huddle. When I bring someone on the Huddle, they have to be in line with the goals and the core values of my channel. And I'm bringing them on because they're going to bring something to the table that's going to add value to my viewers. So I always pick on John because John is faithfully in the chat. When I brought John and Sam Proof on to talk about OBS Studios, I was doing it from a standpoint of that I realized not every viewer who watches the Huddle is a person who uses StreamYard, though him and his co-host do use StreamYard, but not everyone uses StreamYard. Not everyone uses Ecamm. However, there may be individuals who are open to OBS Studios. Help me, John, to make sure I got this right. Open broadcast system, if I got it correct. There may be some individuals that are interested in that. And so I considered John as a subject matter expert when it comes to that. I consider him that as a subject matter expert. So he brings a fresh perspective on live streaming. Now, if you're bringing people on to be a part of your live stream, and there's nothing wrong with this, let me clarify this. So if I lose a few viewers who are watching me, who don't want to leave any comments in the chat, let me preface my statements. I understand if you decide to drop off. If you're bringing people on for the purpose of just a good old boys network, you do me, I do you, You come on my show, I come on your show. If that's what you want, fine. Me personally, I'm not about being on people's shows for the good old boys network. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. I just can't get down with that. I believe in supporting individuals, like individuals that are in the chat and who may be watching the replay. I'm all for supporting people, but at the same time, I'm all about trying to grow my YouTube channel and grow my audience and my community. So me being a part of a good old boys network is not going to do that. So when I collaborate with guests, when you collaborate with guests, either through your podcast show, through your live stream show, you should be bringing them on. That helps to bring a fresh perspective and helping your channel grow where you don't feel stuck. Now, I know I'm preaching to the choir tonight because you are all live streamers in your own right. But for those of you who are new, who are interested in learning about tips and tools on making live streaming easier for you as a beginner or an entrepreneur, you got to bring people on who add value to your audience, and you can add value to their audience through the fresh perspective that you both bring. Man, I can go all day on this one. I could go all day on this topic here. I've had individuals say, "Oh man, I want to be on your show. I want to be on the Huddle. I want to be on the Huddle." Why? Why you want to be on the Huddle? What's the end game? Is it something you want from me? Is it something that you think I can give you, or are you looking to collaborate where it benefits both our audiences? John says hashtag. He says pleasantly surprised by the recent stats. Definitely. John also said open broadcast software. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I said system. He said, but in fairness, I had to look it up. He said to look it up myself. Hey, it's all good. I missed it just off. But hey, getting back to our point, when you collaborate with guests, you should be doing it for the benefit of both audiences with a fresh perspective and dynamics. So that way it captivates, it benefits your audience. Man. Then using visuals and graphics is another great way that you can boost engagement with your audience. Incorporate interesting visuals, graphics, and animations that complement your talking points and keep the viewers entertained. You know, being able to use visuals and graphics and animations is a great way to be able to boost live stream engagement. Maybe you don't have a second or third camera that you can use to change things up. Sometimes just using your visuals and graphics and animations through slide presentations, such as what we're using today, is a great way to do it. You know, StreamYard also has little banners that you can use. However you want to use these, use them with the purpose that you can help to increase and boost engagement with your audience. Then another great tip, maybe pulling back the curtain, showing some behind the scenes content is another great way to boost engagement and getting viewers to watch your live stream. Viewers want to be able to see under the hood of what makes the John Lacey live stream show click. What causes the Tech Troublemaker live stream show to run? Sometimes doing a show on behind the scenes, sharing the behind the scenes glimpses or stories related to your content, to your process as a content creator, offering a personal touch. I love this. A personal touch that your audience will not live, but love. Your audience is going to love. Everything that we're talking about is geared towards the benefit of your audience. It's about benefiting your audience. Yes, we want the numbers. We want to have viewers watching us live and in the replay. But the end goal should be how you're benefiting your audience and being able to give that behind the scenes touch to the making of your content is going to be something that your audience will value and appreciate. And then interactive games. Using interactive games that your audience can participate in, such as trivias, challenges related to your stream's topic. That's important. That's important. If you're going to use this approach, which is not something that I'm an expert in, but if you're going to use trivias or challenges, it has to be related to the stream's topic. It has to relate to the stream topic. So I think that's a great point there. And then my fifth point, live tutorials and demonstrations. Being able to perform the tutorial or demonstration, inviting viewers to follow along and to ask questions in real time. Again, interactive Q&A through, your tutorials and your demonstrations that you're doing is another great way for them to be able to follow along. And so it's important. It's important. John says those visuals and animations and videos can be a good tool for giving you a moment to catch your breath. Yeah, definitely. I definitely need to do that more myself. Tech says I have done trivias. And Tech, just, what type of trivia would you recommend depending on the channel? Let's say we're just covering YouTube topics and tips on education. What type of trivias that come to mind that you would consider recommending? Let me know in the chat. Put a hashtag C so I can pull it up for you so we can share it with our audience. And so would love to get your some of your hot tips on being able to use trivias and games that are part of a content topic. So in summary, as we're waiting for Tech to kind of drop that in the chat for us, in summary, we've talked about starting your live stream with a bang, having a good, compelling opening hook that gives an expectation to the viewer on what you're going to be looking to share with them during the live stream and why they need to watch to the end. We talked about having an interactive Q&A session using polls and surveys. We talked about giveaways and contests, acknowledging your viewers. Moving on to number 6, collaborating with guests using visuals and graphics and animations, giving that behind the scenes personal touch and look for your viewers to see what goes on under the hood, interactive games or trivias, and then finally, live stream tutorials and demonstrations. These are 10 great ways that you can boost your live stream audience engagement. And we all got to start at 0. As I said in the beginning, you say, hey, Walter, there's sometimes I have no one watching me live. Well, we got to talk about that. It could be in terms of your approach, in terms of how you're scheduling your live streams, how far out you're scheduling, how much promotion you're doing, or you may be just going through a season of obscurity and no one knows you right now when you're in the dark. And that's okay. It's a great opportunity, as I said, when no one is watching you, to begin to develop the skills of being able to live stream, so that when the time does come for 100 and 200 people to be watching you live, you have practiced in the dark. because how you practice is how you're going to perform when you're live, when people see you live and in color. So there's some benefit to that. There's some benefit to it. But being able to learn about these tips on how to boost engagement is that time for you when there's no one there. When there's no one there watching. That's the time. So don't get discouraged that every now and then you have one of those live streams when no one's watching you live. Don't get discouraged. Just use it as an opportunity for practice. He says, I have done trivias that were fun. Okay. Text says, his story. The history of the history of YouTube and tips about features and creators. #tips. That's a great way on using trivia, a part of your live stream. That is a great way. I appreciate you sharing that power tip with us tonight, because we can all benefit from it. But as I said before, these are 10 great ways that you can boost and increase engagement. And again, even if the engagement is not in the live, you can't forget team replay. A large percentage of your views will come from the replay. It'll come from the replay. Letting your viewers know, hey, look, as you get ready to bring one stream to the end, there's another great stream that they can watch that you did the week before that will keep them watching your live stream. And you end up boosting more of your replay views by not just thinking about the live, but you're thinking about the replay. What's your thoughts tonight? What tip tonight stood out for you tonight? Let me know in the chat. Would love to know your takeaway on what we've talked about tonight. We covered a lot. But what is your one takeaway tonight that you can use on your live stream? Those of you who are watching me in the live chat and those of you who are watching the replay, what is your takeaway that we've covered? And as I'm waiting for your response, if you have gotten great value out of this live stream discussion on boosting engagement with your audience on your live stream, and if you're new and you want to continue to learn about tips and tools like we covered tonight to make live streaming easy for you as a beginner, do me a favor, hit that like button for me, give me a thumbs up, share this on your favorite social media platform, and subscribe to the channel. Click the alert notification button. Join the conversation in the live chat. As I go down here, I see a couple of comments. See if we have a takeaway. So we hit that one there that Tech gave us earlier. He says, I want to build more of an interactivity, build more interactivity to my stream. And I have a few ideas, definitely. I just the way I did the shorts for this live stream, I know most people take the live stream and put them all in Opus clips, and then chop them up that way. But I took at least 5 of these tips of the 10 tips, and I kind of really just meditated on them, and then I just created new shorts on each of these tips. So on Monday, the tip on interactive Q&A sessions is going to drop on the channel. You'll see right now how to start your live stream with the bang. That short is already there. So I took the time to just really, from a short clip standpoint, put these on some shorts. So I'm not going to do all 10 of them, but that tip will be there on just how to make your live stream more interactive with your Q&A sessions. And we talked about it tonight, through social media, through polls and quizzes, and using, other things like the community tab as well. But definitely. So any other takeaways? Let me know in the chat. We've been talking about 10 tips on how to boost engagement with your live stream audience. So if you're just joining me, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag team live. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag team replay. So not going to be before you long. Definitely want to catch the rest of this NBA playoff basketball. The New York Knicks are playing right now. So I want to try to catch this fourth quarter of the game. But as we get ready to wrap this up, just want to double check to see if there are any other comments, which I don't see. Definitely check out our latest live stream that we've done on how to be monetized on YouTube, though you may have not reached your 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Check out that episode on some great tips on how you can be monetized. So you can check that out after this live stream is ended. And so I don't see any other questions or comments. So I want to thank each and every one of you for watching me live. As I said before, if you've gotten great value, click the thumbs up button, share this on your favorite social media platform. And if you're new, subscribe to the channel, click the alert notification button, and we will see you on next Saturday here on the Huddle. God bless.